You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 11th of February. PM Modi co-chairs AI Summit in France, highlights India's digital revolution. Imran Khan urges Pakistan court to conduct open hearing of his cases. And Nepali lawmaker floats idea to sell monkeys to China to control menace. And now for all the details, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is on an official visit to France, on Tuesday delivered the inaugural address of the AI Action Summit in Paris. PM Modi, who is co-chairing the event with French President Emmanuel Macron, warned the gathering of major global leaders about the dangers of unchecked biases in AI technology. He said there is a need to be careful of inherent biases in AI as the technology covers new dimensions in both government and private sectors. PM Modi said that India has built a digital public infrastructure at a very low cost for 1.4 billion people. He also said that considering its diversity, India is developing its own AI language model. Prime Minister Modi arrived in Paris on Monday night and was welcomed with a hug by French President Macron at a welcome dinner at the Élysée Palace. At the venue, PM Modi met several other world leaders, including US Vice President J.D. Vance, the first such meeting of the two leaders after Vance took oath last month. He is also set to separately hold discussions with Macron on strategic cooperation, technological innovation and AI. He will later travel to the United States for a two-day visit at the invitation of President Donald Trump. Pakistan's former jailed Prime Minister Imran Khan, who has not been brought to an open court since his arrest in August 2023, has requested that his ongoing graft trial be conducted publicly. During Monday's hearing of the case concerning alleged violations of state gifts repository rules by Imran Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi, the PTI Founders Council submitted a request for an open court trial. His advocate argued that Imran Khan has been facing trial in jail for the past 20 months and urged the court to halt proceedings until a decision on the petition is made. Reports suggest over the past few days, Imran Khan also wrote two letters to Army Chief General Asim Munir, which have been shared with the media as well. The establishment has denied receiving any such message. Khan has been in jail now for over a year in multiple cases. And traders in POGB are raising alarm over the government's decision to remove key customs concessions, fearing a severe economic impact on the region. A report.
The trade dynamics in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan are currently facing significant challenges as the government plans to withdraw certain customs concessions, leaving local traders concerned about the future. Traders and residents in Sost, a key town located on the Pakistan-China border, are particularly anxious about the impact this decision will have on their livelihoods.
गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के जो नौजवान हैं या लोकल जो ताजिर हैं उनके लिए कस्टम ड्यूटी में, सेल टैक्स में, इनकम टैक्स में दिगर जो टैक्सेस हैं उससे मुस्तस्ना करार दे के इनको एक सहूलत दी गई थी, जो सहूलत जो है वो ख़त्म हो बतदरीज जो ये सहूलत ख़त्म की जा रही है, जो कि यहाँ जिसकी वजह से यहाँ इंतहाई तशवीश पाई जाती है और मुस्तकबिल करीब में जो है इस बॉर्डर के अंदर जो है बड़ी ख़तरनाक सूरत पैदा हो सकती है। अगर हुक्मरानों ने, अगर ज़िम्मेदार अफराद ने इस बॉर्डर की तरफ तवज्जो न दी, इनके मसाइल हल न किए, तो यकीनन गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के अंदर पाकिस्तान की निस्बत देखें तो इस इलाके में इंडस्ट्रियल यहाँ कोई जोन नहीं है, यहाँ कोई ऐसी फैक्ट्री नहीं है, यहाँ कोई प्राइवेट सेक्टर नहीं है कि पब्लिक जो है वहाँ से अपना रोज़गार कमाए।
In POGB, traders are expressing concerns that the government's move could destabilize the already fragile economy of the region, which lacks industrial infrastructure. Without an industrial environment or sufficient employment opportunities, many fear that the youth and workers in the area will be left without means of livelihood.
जो मामला शुरू से तय है उसको एज इट इज़ फॉलो करके यहाँ की तिजारत को भी फ़रोग़ दिया जा सकता है, यहाँ से ज़रा लोगों को रोज़गार भी दिया जा सकता है, यहाँ से कस्टम कीमत में जो है टैक्स भी कलेक्ट किया जा सकता है। अगर लोग जो है हर साल एक नई पॉलिसी बनेगी, हर साल एक नई चीज़ को लेके आएंगे तो लोग सफ़र कर जाएंगे, लोग जो है डिस्टर्ब होंगे, कारोबारी जो है वो मुश्किलात का शिकार होंगे।
The economic future of POGB hangs in the balance as concerns over the removal of customs concessions continue to mount, and local traders urge the government to address their grievances before further damage is done.
Russia's ambassador to the United Nations, Vasily Nebenzia, on Monday stated at a Security Council meeting that the rise of ISIS Khorasan's activities in Afghanistan is not coincidental or without cause. He highlighted that the international community had not adequately addressed the Axis terrorist groups like ISIS have to leftover American weapons in Afghanistan. Nebenzia pointed out that NATO's hasty withdrawal from Afghanistan resulted in many weapons being left behind, which ended up in the hands of the ISIS. He emphasized that this situation should not be overlooked. The Russian ambassador also claimed that the US and Western countries are spreading weapons worldwide, and these weapons often end up in the hands of terrorist groups. He made a direct link between the leftover American weapons in Afghanistan and the intensification of ISIS attacks. He emphasized that Moscow cannot ignore the situation and must address the growing threat posed by these groups in the region. Moving on, Bangladesh has asked Adani Power to fully resume electricity supply from its 1600 megawatts plant in India's Jharkhand, a Bangladeshi official has said, after more than 3 months of reduced sales with supplies halved due to low winter demand and payment disputes. The plant, operating under a 25-year contract signed in 2017, had halved supply on October 31 due to foreign exchange crisis in Bangladesh, leading to the shutdown of one unit. The Bangladesh Power Development Board has been paying $85 million per month to clear dues and has now requested full supply restoration. A virtual meeting was scheduled to resolve issues. A pricing dispute remains, with Adani's power costing Bangladesh 55% more than India's average export rate. A court-ordered review of the contract is underway, potentially leading to negotiations. And Nepali Congress lawmaker Ramhari Khatiwara has proposed selling monkeys to China to tackle the growing crop destruction caused by the simians across the Himalayan nation. He made the suggestion during a parliamentary discussion on the issue. Citing Sri Lanka's sale of monkeys to China, Khatiwara said Nepal should also use a similar strategy. Nepal is home to mainly 3 monkey species. As a signatory to the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, Nepal must regulate trade of the rhesus monkey as they are a protected species. However, the Act does not outline any measures on managing protected animals that pose threats to people and agricultural production.
यो बादर आतंकले ठुलै आतंक देशभरि सिर्जना गरेको छ। मैले पहिला पनि कुरा उठाएको थिए, श्रीलङ्काले बादर बेचेर चाइनालाई उपलब्धि राजस्व पनि लिने, बादर पनि बेच्ने, हानिकारक जन्तु पनि पठाउने काम गरो। हाम्रा नेपालका बादर पनि हानिकारक जन्तु घोषणा गरेसँगै चीनतिर बेच्ने व्यवस्था गरेको छ कि छैन, यसतिर के पहल भइरहेछ? पहाडी एरियामा त मान्छेहरू बस्न नसक्ने भए बादर आतंकले।
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow.